Distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Certified General Accountants of British Columbia 2011 Convocation. This is certainly a historic year for us as CGA-BC celebrates its diamond anniversary, 60 years of helping businesses, large and small, in every economic sector across British Columbia. I'm delighted to stand here before you today to share in what is surely one of the most important and rewarding moments in your lives. In preparing for today's celebration, I reflected on my own experience pursuing CGA studies, and I can tell you, I can recall vividly sitting exactly where you are sitting today. I recall feeling a tremendous sense of accomplishment, but also a fair share of trepidation for what come next in my career. I'm sure my feelings then are not unlike what many of you are feeling today. It is only natural for you to feel uneasy in the face of the future and the uncertainty that it brings. But I would also urge you to remember a very important point. Your education is yours to keep forever. Whatever you do with it is certainly up to you. Your CGA designation is the foundation on which you can now build the rest of your lives. I'm sure that many graduates here today have predetermined ideas about their futures. They have mapped out their course, and on this day merely just signals the starting point of a pre-established journey. For the rest of you, be comforted in knowing your new CGA designation will help create a path for you. Let me be the first to give you some advice in this regard. In today's world, I would encourage you to expand your thinking and never stop learning. There is truly a whole world out there for you to explore, and the world of opportunities is out there for you. These may seem like simple words, but I assure you, I do not utter them casually. In fact, the very notion of opportunity is tied to one of the most important secrets in happiness. Life is not meant to be lived in the realm of what might have been. Life is about dreaming big and reaching to the stars. It is meant to be lived in passion, with love, with energy, integrity, conviction, and purpose. I'm here today asking each of you to never compromise and to keep striving for what you believe in, what you are capable of, and most importantly, what you truly want in your hearts. Find a career that you are passionate about, because this will lead to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. Do not expect to get there in one step, but let every step build on the one before it. There will be those who will have opinions about your choices. Listen, but never let those opinions detract from your story you want to write for yourselves. And each of you will have a unique story to tell. It occurs to me, however, that no matter how the characters and the context of each individual story may vary, there are a few key elements that will be necessary for each of you to fulfill your dreams, and I would like to briefly touch on three of them. Your self-confidence, your willingness to accept guidance from others, your ability to adapt to change. Let me begin with self-confidence. Each of you has successfully completed a program of education that is highly respected and difficult to attain. Your studies involve many challenges, a lot of hard work, and perhaps more than a few sleepless nights. We can all appreciate how independently directed advanced studies can be challenging in the face of unfold competing priorities that life often throws in our paths. Balancing the demands of the workplace against those of our family and social obligations is no easy task at the best of times. Some of you may have overcome challenges of culture, geography, limited financial resources, all for the sake of bettering yourselves and opening up a world full of opportunities. But to successfully rise to those challenges requires perseverance, dedication, and self-confidence, and your willingness to accept guidance from others. In your life, I believe you will discover that there will be many people that will play an important part of your story. Be wise enough to know that those will be a positive influence and avoid those that will not. Everyone should have a mentor to guide you. Select yours carefully. Understanding that you are part of a team, part of a society, part of a greater community is an important element of success and happiness. It is important to open up your minds and your arms to the possibilities of new friendships, valuable acquaintances, and even chance encounters that can have momentous impacts on your lives. And just as important as accepting guidance is your willingness to accept change and to adapt to it. Change is everywhere, and on a historical scale, it is happening more quickly than we had ever seen before. The economic changes, the political changes, the technological changes, for some, are quite literally mind-boggling. Everything in our world is changing, and doing so much more quickly than in the past. We must be able to adapt or fall behind. I know the change and the problem it creates when we do not adapt, but the wonderful thing is, it also creates opportunities. Opportunities for those who are equipped to cope with change and capitalize on it. And I have no doubt that coupled with your CGA and armed with self-confidence, a willingness to accept help from others, and the ability to adapt change, that each of you will be able to capitalize on every opportunity that is open to you. All of you have found different paths to arrive here today. Some of you have chosen the traditional way of taking CGA courses from the beginning. Others have taken full advantage of the flexibility of the CGA program by attaining the first levels through many strong post-secondary educational institutions in our province. Regardless of the path taken by you, we have all arrived here today as certified general accountants. To be a CGA is much more than being a highly educated person. You have become a highly educated professional. Yes, a professional. This means much more than having the technical knowledge to perform your occupations to the highest degree. It means you must conduct yourselves at all times with the highest moral and ethical standards beyond reproach. When First Vice Chair Cindy Choi asked you to recite the oath of obligation, I trust it resonated with you. The association will never expect or accept anything less than this of you, and I hope you will accept nothing less of yourselves as well. Our association has become the strong organization that it is, due in large part to the many members that get involved. You look on the stage today and look throughout the audience, and you will see great examples of CGAs that have made a difference, and we are very grateful as an association for their contributions. With this in mind, I reflected on my own convocation picture taken 28 years ago and noted the number of graduates that went on to get involved in the association. There are 494 graduates here today. Possibly 10 of you will be future presidents, 50 of you will serve on the Board of Governors, 200 of you will serve on committees, 400 of you will participate at the chapter level, and 100% of you will serve as ambassadors of our great designation. Look inwardly and decide how you will make a contribution to CGA. Today is a time to reflect on and feel proud about what you have achieved. Successfully completing a very rigorous course of studies and becoming a professional accountant rightfully should be a source of pride for each of you. In closing, I would like to say that as you move forward in your respective careers, remember to reflect on those who have been instrumental in helping you along the way. Your parents, siblings, a professor, a mentor, a friend, or a colleague. Take a moment to thank them, for they too have played an important role in the development of your personal story. I am confident the sacrifices you have made thus far will prove to be a worthwhile investment, knowing as I do that the opportunities before you are many and diverse. I encourage each of you to enjoy a life with few regrets. 25 years from now, when you cross the stage yet again to be inducted into the CGA Quarter Century Club, I look forward to hearing many stories of your accomplishments. I am very proud of each of you and every one of you. On behalf of CGA-BC's nearly 15,000 members and students, as well as all members and students Canada-wide, my profound congratulations and the very best of luck to all of you. Thank you very much.